All right, welcome back to the show here with Pastor Timothy Charles Brantley, Dr. T.C. Brantley.
How you doing, sir?
Our relationship. I'm doing great. Good that we haven't had you on in a while.
Yeah, man.
You know?
You put me on the pastor, bro.
No, you're on all the big shows now. You don't need this show anymore. This show's too small for you. You out there doing the book signings.
God bless you, brother.
I turn on TV. You're on that show. You're on that station now. You don't need me anymore.
I need you, brother. I need you. I appreciate you.
So listen, you do a lot of good things with men now. You have these seminars for men.
Yes,
on
sir.
how to be better men. Now, how did that start? And what are you hearing from men?
It came from my own passion to help men to become strong in their relationships. So every fourth Saturday at our church, 7 p.m., we train men how to be better husbands, how to be better boyfriends. Can be both in the same, of course.
Restoration Springs.
Restoration Springs International Church, 1575 Thompson Avenue, Waterbury, Connecticut.
How receptive are the men? Because men are tough. They don't want to get a lot.
The men are receptive because as long as they see improvement, I mean, men will do almost anything as long as they see themselves progressing. And a lot of guys are just tired of seeing the sins of their fathers in them. They're tired of seeing the curse of their father in them. So they want to take it to a whole other level.
What are some of those curses?
Curses are anger, biggest one, abandonment, and non-communication. A lot of men communicate with
children or the spouse?
Both. Especially the spouse, because how you treat the spouse is how the children will come out as well.
So the issue here is not just so much relationship with a woman per se, but with a child. A lot of guys who are not missing in action with their children.
Well, here's the problem. The paradigm is that many guys are better with their children than with their women. That's wrong. You first have to be an example to the mom, because before the kids, it was mom. So if I learn to treat the mom right, then I can treat the kids right as well.
But what if they don't like mom? Plain and simple.
Well, that's where you come to better man.
That's the problem, right? Because that's at the heart of the problem, I think, right? People talk about this.
Again, if they saw their father not like their mother, if they saw their father take it out, whether verbal or physical violence, then that's the same thing they'll do to their wives as well, sir.
So what do you tell that person, that male who despises their ex, but loves their child, but doesn't really want to be, quote-unquote, phoning for the child?
You have to find a level playing field to say, listen, I don't like mom, or mom and I, we divorced. Got it. But I still have to treat mom right. I'm going to tell you why. Because if I keep disrespecting mom, my son will do the same thing to his wife. And then the wife, the daughter-in-law will say, why did you mess up my husband how the way you treated your ex-wife?
And from a mental health standpoint, for the child to see the parent civil, how important is that?
It is so important because as the children see the parents, so go they. The phrase that the apple don't fall far from the tree is very true. If the child saw a lot of chaos, there's a good chance that he'll grow up and continue the chaos. That's why they come to the Better Man Institute. Do
guys get a bad rap stereotype for not being good dads, for being sort of, the stereotypes that guys don't want to involve?
Yes, they do.
Unfair?
And it's because usually the mom stays. Usually the guy goes because, again, if the guy saw abandonment, and please hear me loud and clear, if the guy saw abandonment, that's what he's going to do when he becomes grown. So that's why we teach men, no matter what, you have to, as long as you try to reconcile, if you can't reconcile, still be in the life of that child to the best of your ability.
Let me spin this back out.
Yes, sir.
Let me throw you a curve here.
Throw me a curve. I'm going to hit it.
If the guy sees abandonment as a child, why wouldn't that make him a better man with a woman if he saw what his mom went through? Say that abandoned him, and he saw that. Why would that make him a better
The
mate
problem
for a woman?
is that if he saw
curve,
curve.
Let's see how that work.
Yes, he saw. But the problem is, if that's what you saw as a child, it warps your brain. It warps you to say, this is normal. Abandonment is normal. And without counseling, he will grow up and say, you know what, this is how it should be. So when he becomes grown, something bad happened, he leaves to his mind, this is normal because that's what I saw my father do.
So he could see love his mom, hate what happened with his mom being abandoned, but still treat another woman the same way.
He will do that because his mom is a different creature. He don't see mom with the same genitals as his wife. That's mom. Mom had to go through difficulty, and that's why men will treat their moms so great, but their wives like trash. That's why.
But yet they say to watch how
They do.
A man treats his mother, see how he'll treat you.
Yeah, again.
So that may not be a good barometer.
It's a cycle. That's why in marriage, you need a counselor. You need someone to help guide you, because marriage, 50% of people die from it. You know, divorce happens. So it's best before you get into a relationship, let's get a counselor, help us guide through the storms that's coming our way.
Back to the focus on men.
Yes, sir.
So as far as steps to becoming a better man,
yes, sir,
from Dr. T.C. Brantley,
yes, sir,
you say one, reconcile your past.
We just talked about that. So reconciling what my mom, what my dad did to make sure those sins, those creatures don't come into my life as well.
How about those men who have been abused mentally, physically, sexually, right? Because it's one thing to reconcile, but you can't reconcile those things on your own. You can acknowledge it, but how do you get help for it?
Again,
how many guys you deal with who have been abused sexually?
Sexually, men who are sexually abused, that's even deeper than women who have been sexually abused, because at the psyche of a man, we're supposed to be the lead, we're supposed to be strong, and when that emasculating happens at a small child, the ramification of it just lasts forever, if not in counseling to change that mind frame.
All right, so reconcile your past. Other thing is the understanding that women think differently and they hurt differently. That's deep.
Man, women are not just beautiful creatures, my brother, but they are totally different in their mind, in their thinking. And a lot of guys say, well, you know, that didn't hurt me, I can brush it off. Women, that's why women can carry a child for 9 months. They can carry issues for over 9 years.
Yeah, okay. But
so
to know,
that's why you got to know the difference between male and female.
We have about 30 seconds. We'll keep going through. You're saying men, important for men to get in touch with their feelings.
Yes.
Now, you know men have a hard time with that. So how you just can't tell a guy at a seminar, get in touch with your feelings. How do you go from that?
Well, see, that's why men commit suicide 4 times more than women, because men don't know how to get in contact with what they are feeling.
Why is it? Why is it? That's societal?
It is definitely society, and it goes back to the father. If I never saw my father cry, if I never saw my father hug my mom, again, that mind frame says this is not normal, so I can't do that.
So teaching men how to cry and to be emotional, that can be tough,
Emotional is tough, but it's so powerful because, again, a strong man can stay in control and still let the weakness flow.
15,
in control.
15 seconds.
Yes, sir.
Staying in control. Big one here. Emotions. Keeping in control.
You got to keep your emotions in control. When the wife says something that you don't like, you know, popping her, yelling at her, that's not going to fix it. A man, innately, we are born to fix things. So sit there, be quiet, calm yourself down, and fix what's going on. All
right, we have about 5 seconds left.
Yes, sir.
Controlling the libido. I'm not even going to engage you. We have 5 seconds. We're going to continue. I'll bring you back on with that one. I'm not even going to start with you. We have 5 seconds left, so you're saying control.
Control the penis.
All right, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. One early morning Saturday. You're going to wake up now. That's a wake-up call. Thanks to all our guests. We'll continue the discussion. Bilal Sakou, Femis Claridis, Regina Novictus, and Pastor Dr. T.C. Brantley. Don't forget to catch our show 24/7 at ctnow.com/Stan. Friend us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. For the good folks here at Fox, Connecticut, I'm Stan Simpson. The morning news is next.